Hi, I'm Luca Congedo and you're watching from GIS to Remote Sensing. I'm glad to present to you the new version 9 of the semi-automatic classification plugin for QGIS. This version is compatible with QGIS 4. It includes a new user interface, a simplified interface designed for new users. It also includes a new classification method based on foundation models that are machine learning deep learning models designed for classifying satellite images. So let's have a look at the new plugin. So we have the new simplified user interface of the version 9. We can download products and perform image conversion. We click this button, we open the main interface, as you can see here. We can, of course, define the band set, which is the main input. From here, we can open file or add layers that are already loaded in QGIS. We can, of course, add bands in the band set, and we can define the center wavelength. With this menu, we can create a Sentinel-2 band set, for example. And of course, we can manage the bands here, and we can also create a RGB color composite from here. We can, for instance, select this color composite. And of course, we have the ROI and signature list where we can create a training input. From here, we can open a training input, as you can see here. We can define the classes. We can create ROI polygons, a region of interest, as you can see here, drawing directly in the map. And of course, as usual, we can define a class ID and a name for the ROI. We can define the class number here, define a name for the class, as you can see here, and click the button Save to save the ROI. We have saved a new class. We can, of course, manage the ROIs from here, so import, export, or delete this ROI. But also we can create a classification directly from here. We can select the classification algorithm here, for instance, minimum distance, and clicking this button we can create a preview in the image, clicking in any pixel in the image, as you can see here. And if we click Run, we perform the classification of the whole image. We have the SCP menu here. As you can see, the simplified menu. We have the settings where we can define the available RAM and CPU threads, so for processing. We can activate or deactivate the simplified interface from here. If we click, then we can restart QGIS to open the classic user interface. We have the classic user interface, as you can see here, the working toolbar. We have the SCP doc. In the SCP doc, we have the training input, of course, and we have the SCP menu where we can open the main interface. In the main interface, we have the main new feature, which are pre-trained foundation model here. In particular, under multi-layer perceptron, we can select Use pre-trained model. Here we can select from this list the available pre-trained models, which are foundation models. As you can see here, these are Satlas pre-trained model, which is an open source project. They require PyTorch framework, so you should also install PyTorch dependency. And of course, you can see here the requirements for the band set. As you can see here in this scheme, we use a pre-trained model to create embeddings with n dimensions, and then use these embeddings to perform a supervised classification using training input. This can be performed using the multi-layer perceptron algorithm, but we can also use random forest. As you can see here, we can select Use pre-trained model and select one of the available pre-trained models. We have also a pre-trained model for Landsat bands. But we also have another kind of pre-trained models, which are here. From pre-trained model, we can select one of these available pre-trained models. These are available for Sentinel-2 bands and require PyTorch installation, that are based on the SATLAS models, but are developed by the DPR team. And basically, these pre-trained models are automatic classifications. So selecting one of these models, we can classify a Sentinel-2 image with these output classes, as you can see here: water, developer, tree, shrub, and so on. So this is very useful to create automatically a land cover classification.
So this is the new semi-automatic classification plugin. Thank you for watching.